to Game Days vidcast. I'm Cindy, and today's topic are what are your 5 favorite features in video games? And I would love comments and responses about this, and if I have enough, I will definitely do a follow-up video on it. How this idea came about was I was on Twitter and wondering, if anyone had any suggestions on video topics. And I had 2 in the same vein. The first one was make a list of the things that aggravate you in video games. And the second one was make a list of your favorite game soundtracks. And I like the second one a lot, but that's going to require me to think back a bit. So I'm going to do it later if I remember. And if I don't remember, you can definitely remind me and hold me to it. So do that. And the first one, the things that aggravate me in videos, it's really difficult for me to do that because my way of dealing with things that I don't like, that piss me off or whatever, is to walk away from them or ignore them. And then those are for the things that I can control. Now, the things that I can't control usually are not, game features or anything in games themselves. They're usually about the gaming community. They're usually about people because, I can't control how you think or what you're going to say or, things like that. So those are usually the things that set me off and that tend to aggravate me in gaming, so to speak. And while I was thinking about this, I was also, I came across this topic in the BioWare forums, and the topic at hand was the love scenes in the BioWare titles, and someone was suggesting that they should do just like The Witcher, and which I respectfully disagree. But anyway, and discussion progressed from that, and it was actually quite a good discussion on the intimate relationships and the romantic side of the BioWare games, and how they should do things and stuff like that. And I was really interested in it. And then somebody came along with a comment that always upsets me in any topic in forums, and that is, why are we even discussing this? It's it's not that important. I'd rather the devs focus on something that really matters, like gameplay, or and that always sets me off. It makes me want to my blood boil on the inside, because this is entertainment, guys. Video gaming, this is what we do in our pastimes or our hobbies, whatever. This is what we do to have fun, to relax. Okay, video gaming does not pay your bills. Quite the contrary, it pays someone bills, but not yours. Yeah. And to say that something or a certain feature doesn't matter I find it's a little rude, and it's impolite to say that in a topic where people are actively discussing this. And no, I don't go into the threads about the different multitudes of weapons and how they work in Mass Effect or wherever KOTOR, because that doesn't interest me. You'll never see me in those threads ever, because I don't care. As long as it works and I can shoot stuff, I'm good. So anyway, so that made me think about, well, what are the features that I really enjoy that some other people probably wouldn't care about? And what are the things the 5 top things that basically, will make me want to play a game, and if those things are missing, would make me think twice about playing a game that have them lacking, that do not have those things. Okay, so these are my top 5 things that I really love in video games, that I look for and enjoy and want to have. And if those are not there, I don't know. So the first thing is character creation. I will blame MMOs on this. They have completely spoiled me and ruined certain single-player games for me where the protagonist is male, because I've gotten so used to making my own female lead, that I identify with very much. I mean, usually the characters that I make pretty much, I try to make them look like me as much as possible, because I like to be in the game. So I'm that kind of player. So now there are certain types of games that, especially on the console, that I have a very hard time thinking about playing, let alone actually playing them, because I can't create my own character. Fable 3, I just got this, and I was actually really disappointed that there was no character creation screen. You just pick male or female. That's it. I mean, you can pick hair dyes later on. You can change your girth of your body and stuff. You can gain weight, get skinnier, stuff like that. You can, change your, there's a lot of clothing options, stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, you just, they give you a model and that's it. You go. There's no creation in that. I was actually surprised because I figured because it was that kind of RPG and it's got so much freedom in it, for sure you're able to create your character. Nah. And I forgot that in Fable 1, there was nothing. You started as a little boy and that's it. So anyway, and I'd never played Fable 2 because I don't have a 360 and I'm not getting one. Okay. So anyway, character creation, hugely important. The number one thing I look for. Number 2, a good story. I play role-playing games pretty much exclusively. I don't play other types of games, maybe puzzle games once in a while, that kind of stuff, like, Bejeweled and Peggle, maybe that, but usually that's just to pass the time in between waiting for the bus or something. But usually I play all the big role-playing games, Fallout, Mass Effect, KOTOR, MMOs. We'll play Guild Wars and your Final Fantasies and all that stuff. And I really enjoy a really good story. If there isn't like a story that grips me and stuff, then I kind of lose interest, and it's not as good of an experience for me. The best games that I've played so far with the best story is definitely Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2 is definitely my favorite still so far, which I'm quite obsessed with right now, and I'm replaying again. and the surprise of the year was Fallout New Vegas. Holy cow! I was expecting a similar tempo and story as Fallout 3, and that's not what I got. What I got was something that basically had me playing for 5 hours straight after I first launched the game. And that hasn't happened to me in years. So that's excellent. I actually haven't finished this game yet, but I think it is excellent, and it was really engrossing. I love the story in it. It's great. The worst, the worst story so far is Final Fantasy 13. I think was the hugest disappointment. I really enjoy the combat in that. I think the graphics are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I really enjoy just running around in that game and killing stuff. But I don't enjoy the story. The story was really lacking, and it was really disappointing. And it's like, what matters most about the game is the story. Everything else I thought was great, except maybe we could have used more village exploration, that kind of stuff. But other than that, the story, oh gosh. Anyways, number 3, the things I look forward to the most, what kind of ties in, is exploration. I really love looking around stuff. I like games that have a lot of environment, that have a lot of little, hidden nooks and crannies for me to find treasure or stuff in. I absolutely adore that. Games that are really, really linear and just have, one path to follow kind of thing, and they don't have little hidden things, that, I still like those games, but if they had more of the exploration and give people rewards for exploring, I really love that. That's an awesome thing. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Number 4 thing that I really, really enjoy in video games are mini games. And not like mini games by themselves. I mean, like, you have, like, let's say, for example, let me think of it. Well, actually, Mass Effect 2, since I'm playing that right now, it has, the hacking mini game where you have to match symbols with each other in order to open coffers and stuff, and that kind of thing, or matching symbols or images, whatever. Little mini games like that, or in the Final Fantasies, you can sometimes play cards against other people and win cards or items or stuff like that. I absolutely love that in games. Because it's a side thing, and it makes the game stretch out longer. It just gives it a little bit more substance, and I don't know. It's just one more thing in the game to keep you busy and enjoy what the game is about and all that. I think it brings a lot to any game, to any role-playing game. I know there's a lot of people who really don't care about the mini games, but I don't know, I really enjoy them, and I would like to see more titles kind of bring those out. And yeah, and my number 5 thing that I enjoy the most about video games are the graphics. I love good looking games. I love when the graphics make sense. I like when the character models match the background. Now, I really dislike when there's a discrepancy between, visually between the NPCs or the what's going on in the background and yourself, the character, whatever, and the details and stuff. I love details, a lot of detail. Again, Square Enix Final Fantasy is usually really good in detail, both the armor and what's going on in the background. I mean, you can look at a merchant stall and see all the little bags of grain and stuff like that and apples, and it looks really detailed. While sometimes you go into another game and you'll kind of look at that stuff and everything looks really pixelated in the background because they figure people don't really look at that stuff. Yeah. No, some people like me actually do look at that stuff. So, a little bit more effort would be nice. Uh, so again, Drop Dead, gorgeous graphics will usually really draw me into a game. If the box art of a game looks nice, I'll look at it. I will definitely look at it. That's something that totally suckers me in and can make me buy bad games sometimes if the cover is like, oh my god, this is so pretty. And actually, I'm better at this now. This used to be a problem for me when I was younger. Now I tend to look in the back a lot more, and if I'm still not certain, I will look online to see how the game really is before I buy it just based on the cover. Same with books or movies. But yeah, so anyway, graphics are definitely something that draw me in. They are the last thing in my 5 things that I look forward to the most. So I'm not completely graphics, but at the same time they are really really important to me because again I am very visual and I like things that are aesthetically pleasing. I really do. If things look outdated and if it's really difficult for me to play video games that are circa 1999. It really is. Games that have evaded that rule would be Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights, those kinds of games. Because they're so darn good, I will look past the graphics. And in the case of Knights of the Republic, even though they're outdated, they're actually not that bad, just because they went for that cartoon look, so it's more passable. Games that go for the more realistic look, they tend to get outdated pretty fast, a lot faster than the cartoony ones. So sometimes you'll find that I like the cartoon style sometimes a bit better, just because to me it's just more pleasing to the eye. So that's basically it. Those are the top 5 things that I enjoy the most about video games that are really important to me in features. And there's a lot of other things in the game that ties to those 5 things as well that I enjoy talking about. Again, I really don't care how effective I am at killing stuff as long as they eventually die and I'm still standing. I'm good. How weapons look like, I usually don't care unless it's really, really, something is really bulky or it's just really ugly to me. Then it bothers me a little, but it's really a little. Again, it's just, it's not something that, all that important to me, but some of those things are really important to some other people. And I think it's important for us to respect each other as gamers, and that we all have different tastes and preferences. And basically, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're going to give me your own favorite things about video games, please, so I can make a follow-up video and we can talk about this a little bit more. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. Love graphics. I totally lost steam there. Okay.